Things on the Prime brand are getting a little bit heated as we continue our road to the next big event for Millennium and Prime and Crossroads. I'm Chloe the Troublemaker James at your service for this evening, and here tonight, we've got quite an interesting card for you all here tonight, as following on from last week's endeavor at the end of our show, we will in fact be hearing from Kanji Tatsumi, the World Champion, to discuss the future of the world title scene going into Crossroads. However, alongside that, we have also got a massive main event on deck for you all, as Guts will be in action to face off in your main event against Kenshin Himura. And we are starting things off here on this massive night. Starting things off here with Sky High Division action again, as Negi Springfield, former Sky High champion within his own right, will be facing off here tonight in your opening contest against the current Sky High champion, I should say, in the will of Gaia himself, Terra. Now here's the thing, technically Negi and Terra have faced off in the past against each other back when these two were before either of them became Sky High champion. But tonight, now that things have shifted in regards to this one, you've got to be thinking to yourself here, especially for the champ that's about to come out here tonight. Well, he's definitely getting the cheers from the crowd here tonight, as he deserves. You gotta be thinking to yourself here tonight, after everything that Terra has been through in the past month and a bit, having to face off against Ken Kaneki and with the threat of his goons in the background, with the bloodsuckers in the background, considering everything involved, you gotta be thinking to yourself, if I'm Terra in this regard, I would be using this as a platform to be properly able to represent myself as the face and be able to move forward from the Tokyo Ghoul and his cronies once and for all. And I would argue that he successfully did that back at Rebound, when he absolutely decimated Ken Kaneki in that no-holds-barred contest. And tonight, he is looking to make it clear that tonight he is looking to move forward. And while this is non-title action, you definitely have to consider if Negi Springfield does manage to win here tonight, there may be a chance that Negi Springfield could get himself back in Sky High title contention once again. But again, speaking purely in hypotheticals right now, we're getting right down to it with our opening contest here tonight on Prime 141. Get it on! And Negi immediately going for the dropkick, immediately putting pressure onto Terra with that one, but Terra immediately putting it right back onto Negi in that regard. And these two displaying that for what it's worth, both of them know each other well, but they have not been slouching, in a sense, in regards to their placement in the Sky High division. Which I realistically would say nobody should be slouching at this point in time. We are in the end times, as one may be able to say in regards to the All-Star Call League. And I don't know how to tell you this, everyone watching this at home and everyone listening to me right now. The end times are here, and you may want to consider where we're heading at this point here, because it might not be for too much longer that we're going to be around. We are already leading up to the middle point of this season, and it's inching in closer and closer. Sorry to get a little bit existential there, just had to remind you all, as we get started here for this one, as Negi seems to be sort of taking it a bit easy in this matchup, all considered with this one. And Negi throwing Terra into the corner, chopping him just like that, going right for it. And trying to wear down on Terra. A good feat in regards to that one, trying his best to make sure that the will of Gaia is kept down in regards to everything. Because we're seeing right now what happens when you let Terra get the upper hand. There's a chance, there is a reason why the Will of Gaia has basically been at the top of the ladder for so long in terms of the Sky High division, and it is purely because of how hard of a hitter he is compared to the rest of the division. And we're seeing it right here and now, that everything that Negi is throwing at him with the shots between the two, but managing to get one singular hit in, and that managed to get Negi the advantage. And now Negi taking full advantage of the situation, putting Terra up top, seemingly looking to going for something big up the top here. Woo! Spanish fly from the top of the rope. One, and it somehow only managed on one. Are you kidding me here? And realistically, Negi can't even believe it. Miscalculating the slingshot over the rope just like that. And Negi going right back at it, flinging, no, Terra reversing it, bringing Negi right back in, and rebounding him just like that off the lariat, and no, Negi stopping it, Hurricane Rana and reversal just like that. And here's the thing, Negi is definitely taking full advantage of the situation here. He knows for a fact that despite everything, despite the fact that Terra is arguably one of the harder hitting members of the division, he cannot afford any moment of peace against Terra. Because you let Terra even have one moment against you, boom, he will take full advantage of that. We've already seen that in this contest as it is. And right now, Negi is looking to take full advantage of it, and no, wait a minute! Oh, and the Magister Lariat, just like that. Two. Magister Lariat rebounding off the ropes and now setting it up. Sorcerer's Salt right there from the top. That might be it for Terra this soon in the match. And no, only a 2 count. Only a 2 count manages it just like that. And no. Terra, Negi, I would say, arguably, trying to seemingly taunt at Terra by taunting him just like that, but no! Going over the rope just like that with the tope immediately after teasing going for it beforehand with the feint. And now Negi taking full advantage of the match at this point here. And realistically here, while Terra definitely did take advantage of the situation, or rather advantage of the matchup at this point for the majority of it, Negi has made it clear that he's been in the driver's seat. There goes commentator's curse hitting me again with that one. Spinebuster by Terra, 1, 2, only getting a 1, however. Only getting a 2, I would say. What the hell am I saying here? Point is, Terra has absolutely taken full advantage of this matchup here at this point, taking it right back up from Negi, who was, up until a certain point, realistically the one in charge of this matchup here. And now Negi looking to take the advantage back into his seat here. And wait a minute, no, Terra, Negi took a bit too long there in regards to that one, and now Terra is going right back into it just like that. Now Terra, seemingly having taken a lot of damage in this match, looking to take it into his hands! And an earth-shattering uppercut just like that. And here we go, setting it up, 2, 1! Gaia's Bane hits the target, that might be it. That might be Negi down for the count. 2, 3, no! Negi lives to fight another day in this match. And right now, oh, Negi taking advantage of that, setting and getting out of dodge just as quickly, but no, Terra getting Negi. 1, 2, only getting a 2 for the DDT, and I do clearly see that despite Negi getting back up, we do in fact have a bleeder. Terra catching him immediately with the spine buster. And Terra seemingly taunting it. No! Sling blade move of God right into a drop kick right there by Negi. And now Terra right back up again at another sling blade and another drop kick combination just like that onto Terra. And Neji's right back into the position again. This is why you do not count out someone like Negi in regards to what he has done here in regards to everything in the ring. He has taken this advantage and taken the match right into his hands just like that. No, but mistiming the springboard, however. Terra, on the other hand, looking to wear down on those legs. Integral legs, mind you, which play an important role in making sure that Negi is able to do all the high-flying maneuvers that he is able to do up top. Something that Terra doesn't necessarily need, mind you, given the fact it's mostly down to his arms and his pure strength. And now Negi seizing the opportunity again. Terra falls for the trap one more time. Magister Lariat once again hitting the target. Once again trying to wear down on the head that was busted open earlier before onto Terra. And now Negi setting him up and chopping him. Chopping Terra, trying to show that he can be tough as well with this one here. Negi setting him up. Oh, and a sit-down powerbomb right there by the sorcerer himself. No! Missed the target entirely with that one. Looking for a moonsault right there from the top of the rope. And no, Terra looking for something terrible up the top rope just like that. Landing him down with a Hurricane Rana as well. And Terra getting a good distance in place, almost sizing up and calling up for Negi in regards to that one. Oh! Going through the ropes with a spear to the outside as if to say, yeah, I can do it as well. Oh, and a hard-hitting tornado enziguri hits the target just like that. But that might have taken the wind right out of Terra because Negi is down for the count as well. But I'm thinking if I'm Terra, I gotta end this one quick. And oh, wait a minute, he's going up top. Is he thinking? Oh, here it comes. Wayfinder! Wayfinder hits the target. 1, 2, 3. I will definitely say this. While Terra has definitely been all about power and strength as Sky High Champion, he is establishing that yes, he can in fact pull out the high-flying maneuvers when he needs to, and that Wayfinder double rotation moonsault has not failed him yet. But Terra is calling for a microphone, it looks like. Seems as though he's got something on his mind here.
It's been 2 weeks now since I survived against the Tokyo Ghoul for the second time in my career for this belt. And ever since that night, only one thing has been entering my mind since then. Who is next? Because I've been around this division for 2 whole seasons now. Been able to hang with some of the better men in this division for a while now. And I've kept a mental list of people I've wanted to face for a while. And now that Ken Kaneki is off doing whatever he is with his new friends, I want to try and give it back to the rest of the division which has been left behind. I want to give you all the chance to try and take this belt from me. So next week, I'm leaving an open contract in the back for anyone in the Sky High division to sign. Whoever thinks they can face me and take this belt from me, you got it.
Oh! An open contract Sky High Championship match is next week. Ladies and gentlemen, I suppose everyone is taking it on board what Bradley James said in regards to that one. And it seems as though, say their names and they appear, I suppose. But you mentioned Ken Kaneki and his cronies, and you immediately get them as Hazama and Kira Yoshikage come out here tonight. Rated to us by new theme music for the Bloodsuckers. I mean, the music really says it all here in regards to that one. I don't know what to tell you with this one, but it's a different presentation for Kira and Hazama for sure. And it's definitely something that I would argue is pretty befitting of the new, more vicious image for the Bloodsuckers. And they're all business as they enter the ring here tonight, knowing for a fact that while Ken has definitely failed, much like Terra said beforehand, tonight is their first true test to prove themselves as members of the tag team scene here tonight. And I get the feeling that given what we're gonna see in a minute, it might be clear that this is gonna be quite the interesting encounter that we're seeing here as the first proper tag team match as the Bloodsuckers. Well, we definitely saw them falter to the likes of the FantasyEves at the beginning of this season. That was under the tutelage of K&R Highland. Tonight, however, is the first true proper scene of these two together in the ring as a duo underneath the tutelage of Ken Kaneki. And quite the interesting team that have come to face off against them here tonight, as it's former tag team champions in their own right, Sans and Papyrus the Bone Bros. And while we haven't seen Sans since his unfortunate loss at the Grand Slam, banking in on his All Stars Fantasy Road title shot, tonight this might be potentially a way for Papyrus and Sans to properly re-establish themselves as a tag team after being soloed for so long. And you can see that these two, just as ever, are still just as connected as they are despite the solo antics that they went on last season, with Sans in particular going solo. But tonight, they've got quite the interesting team up against each other here tonight. And all I have to say is, I hope you two know exactly what you're signing yourselves up for in this tag team match, because, look at who's on the other side, and that's all I'll say about that. And here we go, Kira and Sans starting us off at both ends here. Bell's been rung, and Sans, no! Kira immediately going for it, and the double, oh god, immediately choking him in the corner, not even hesitating with that one there. You can immediately tell that the dynamic between these two is a lot more connected than ever, because these two practically went on a mugging spree immediately into the corner as soon as Sans went into there, and Kira is immediately taking full advantage, beating down right there on the skull of Sans the skeleton. And I was about to say it, I was thinking it had been all Kira from the word go in this match, but here we go, Sans trying to take advantage of it, but no! Kira right back at it, taking control of this contest. And Sans immediately is in trouble. No, Sans taking advantage again, going right for it, going for it again, seemingly trying to found that opening, and going right for it, and a knee smash right to the skull. Here's the thing, Sans has definitely shown that as a solo competitor, he can be just as vicious as any member of the Bloodsuckers. I mean, that's how he got himself in that position of being able— oh, Jesus Christ! Pile driver right there by Sans, and almost as if to taunt him for trying to go for the tag, right there in front of Papyrus, just wailing down on those elbow just wailing down those forearms right to the back of Sans' skull with that one. And Kira, wait a minute, no, Sans taking advantage of lifting knee right there onto the gut right there. Kira only nets him a 1 as he tries to go for the pin immediately. And Kira sending Sans up there. And oh god, Canadian neckbreaker just like that. Just staring at Sans as Kira immediately gets back to work in the middle of the ring, making the tag to Hazama right there. Setting him up and going right there for the arm. Hazama trying to take advantage, mistimed the dropkick, however, sending it up for Sans to send him into the corner. And right there, and wait a minute, no. Sans taking control with the opening that Hazama gave as a result of of that one mistiming there. One. I think that's him a 1 again, however. Right now, Sans looks to be trying to take advantage of the situation here. Stomping him down just like that, and no, wait a minute. Sans, on the other hand, rebounding him off the ropes. Hazama, tried to go for a high roundhouse like there. Tried to go for a high roundhouse just like that, immediately paying for it. And Hazama saw him trying to make the tag. Sans is looking in trouble at this point. He hasn't been able to make a tag at all match, and a delayed suplex right there by Hazama. It ain't looking good on the part. And no, Sans making the tag to Papyrus, finally getting into the contest, however. Arguably the freshest person in this match is reasonably Papyrus at this point here. Hazama, on the other hand, looking to take full advantage of the situation here, sizing up and setting down Papyrus just like that. And lifting him up just like that. And Papyrus, despite how big he is definitely not that hard to lift up. I mean, he's pretty much all bone with that one there. But Hazama definitely Hazama, I spoke too soon. Papyrus sending him back into the corner. And wait a minute, what on earth is he thinking? A hard-hitting elbow right into the chest right there of Hazama. Sending him right back into the corner. And no, thinking he was going to make the tag back to Sans. And no, Papyrus takes advantage of it. And no, Hazama taking advantage of it. No, Papyrus holding his own in a big boot right there to Hazama. Despite everything, despite being the less serious of the two, Papyrus is definitely taking full advantage of this one here. And wait a minute, trying to put him into a bear hug position, but no. Hazama says that ain't gonna work for me. And wait a minute. Oh, God. Backbreaker right onto the knee. Right there for Papyrus. And wait a minute. Lethal dose of poison. 1. Hazama pretty much incensed by that, going immediately for Sans, and Papyrus seeing that all go down. I think he's pissed. He's enraged. He's going right for it. I mean, nobody really goes for his older brother like that. There's no way. Oh, God, he's absolutely going limit. He's thinking he might have just caught him just like that. Hazama's down 1. No, barely getting to the 2 count with that one there. Now Papyrus making the tag to Sans, getting him back in there, that having just recovered, and setting him right back up. And Sans is incensed as well after everything, stopping Hazama from getting to the outside, lariating him just like that. If I'm Hazama, I'd be looking to make the tag right about now, given everything, because I'm getting mutilated right now between the two, as the tag is made to Papyrus again. Ramming him into the foot just like that. Papyrus cutting off Hazama before he could make the tag. And now Papyrus practically playing around with it, but no, Hazama simply is not looking for it. And wait a minute. What on earth are you doing here, Hazama? Oh, and a hard-hitting lariat. And wait a minute, Kira Yoshikage going right there for Sands, right there as Hazama goes right back and assaults Papyrus. Setting him up for those hard-hitting kicks in the corner. Ramming into him with that foot right into the neck of Papyrus. And Hazama stalking. And wait a minute, noticing that Kira is down at the moment, trying to get him right back up there, focusing his efforts right back onto Papyrus just like that. Kira, on the other hand, staring intently at Sands, going right back to their corner now, noticing the situation, going for the high kick right there. Hazama, however, denied. And no, Papyrus, and wait a minute, no, Sands, sending him right back into the corner. Making the tag right there, and the two trading knee lifts and setting him up. Oh, double suplex just like that. And Hazama finally making the tag right there to Kira. And Kira immediately going right onto the assault right there onto Sands. We're right back to our starting positions in this matchup at this point here. Ooh. Just like that. And wait a minute, Kira taking full advantage. And making Papyrus watch as he sets up the pump and circumstance. Sheer heart attack! Sheer heart attack right there onto Sands, laying out Papyrus, realizing this might be it for Sands. 1, 2. No, and Sands kicks out. With how hard-hitting that sheer heart attack was. I mean, that bombing elbow right there, right onto the neck, right onto the neck of Sands. You've got to be thinking to yourself, I mean, I realize that's just all bone that Kira is just wailing in on. There's nothing to soften the blow there. But if I'm thinking that if I'm Kira in that regard, that should have been it. That should have been the way that it ended, just like that. But instead, Sands is still alive and kicking. And realistically, that's been the matchup at this point. It's been hard-hitting for the word go with this one. The Bloodsuckers have realistically gotten closer than they ever were as the Highland Legacy underneath the tutelage of Ken Kaneki, and making a brutal statement of intent here tonight. But the Bow Bros have definitely been showcasing that they know how to work effectively as a team still, and we're seeing it once again showed off right here tonight. The double arm drag and the elbows, both in complete succession with that one. Hazama making the tag right there with Kira, getting tagged back out, but getting hit with a lariat immediately as soon as Kira's out of the picture. And now it's not looking good on the part of Hazama as he's thrown right into the corner, and the run-up and the kicks stomping down on to Hazama just like that. And the knee lift just like that, continuing to wail down right there. And just thrashing Hazama just like that, continuing to wear down. And no, Hazama getting and taking advantage of it just like that. No, Sands thinking he was trying to go for Megalovania just like that. But in his moment, Hazama manages to get out to the outside. Sands going up top. Oh, and an elbow drop right there. Continuing to wear down on Hazama bit by bit here. Oh, and the knee lift as well for good measure. And no, Sands wailing down with those fists with the fast press just like that. And just continuing, and I think Sands may be looking to try and go for the end here. Wailing in on him in the corner, making the tag to Papyrus. Here we go, here it comes. Bone Crusher! Bone Crusher, however, stops the tag, stops the pin right there before they can actively even make it. Hazuma's right back up, making the Bulldog right there to Papyrus. Papyrus, however, after the Bone Crusher just like that, trying to get back momentum onto the corner of the Bloodsuckers. But no, the Bloodsuckers are taking the advantage here. Hazuma sending up Papyrus. And right now, it is not looking good on the part of the Bone Bros right now. They need to find some way of being able to get the win at this point, because right now, it's not looking good on their end. And no, wait a minute. Papyrus, on the other hand, oh God. Trying to go for the pin again. Only netting a 2. Hazuma getting right back out of it. Right now, Papyrus continuing. Oh, God. And right now, hitting a DDT hard for good measure there. But already this match has taken so much out of both competitors. Hazuma realistically has had so much taken out of him. He was barely able to get back up. And the Snapdragon suplex for good measure as well after the fact. Lifting up Papyrus again. But no, Papyrus seizing the opportunity there. It's not looking good for Hazuma. It's being set up top and being flung right back down after the fact. But Hazuma is giving Papyrus a look that indicates that he's still in this. However, it might not be for too much longer as the tag has been made and Sands is right back in it. Lifting up Hazuma. And no, Sands not stopping Hazuma. He's focusing hardline on making sure that Kira Yoshikage is out of this one because he's thinking he might want to end this and a stunner off the ropes. And no! Hazuma taking advantage of it just like that. Sands flinging Papyrus right back into the corner there, but no. Hazuma, a hard-hitting lariat as well for good measure there. And Hazuma, oh, taking advantage of it again. That rope that has just been completely and utterly exposed into the corner. Making the tag, hitting Sands right there onto the exposed turnbuckle, but still Sands is getting out of it, but no! He was thinking Megalovania again with that one. Oh, and a standing spine buster. Sands looking to try his best to take advantage of the situation. Referees only just realized that the rope, that the turnbuckle has been exposed with that one there. Not even realizing he's trying to bring Hazuma into the corner with that one. Trying to drag him out as best as he can here. Referee finally realizing what's going on. Chopping him just like that. And making the tag to Kira Yoshikage, setting him up top. Oh, God. Legacy's edge right there by Kira and Hazuma going for the pin. 1, 2, 3. And the Bloodsuckers tonight have made a statement of intent pretty clear. That despite everything that has happened in the past tonight, these two are more focused than ever on making it to the top of the rung. And if what we've been seeing lately has been any indication, Prime may have a problem in Kira and Hazuma.
Cindy the Clown! Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your What would we do, baby, without us? What would we do, baby, without us? And there ain't no nothing we can't love each other through.
There's more to life than what you're living. So take a chance and face the wind. An open road and a road that's hit. Brand new life around the bend. There were times.
As long as we got each other, we got the world spinning right in our hands, baby, you and me. We gotta be.
It's everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away?
Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Thursday, Friday, happy days. Saturday, what a day. Grooving all week with you. These days are ours. Share them agree. These days are ours. Happy and free. These happy days are yours and mine. These happy days are yours and mine. Happy days.
So last week, you caught me in a moment of weakness. I'm not proud of that, mind you, but a man sometimes has to show his soft side sometimes. Tonight, however, I come to you with the statement of intent. I said last week I wanted to face some of the best because Prime has always been about showing the best that this company has to offer. And I stand by what I said. So next week, Seto Kaiba, let me name 6 men that I feel deserve a chance to face off for the World Championship, and put them in a gauntlet for the gold. And the winner will get to face off against me at Crossroads in over a month from now. So you all have tonight to make an impact on my decisions. Because once I put the 6 names into Kaiba for next week, that's it. But to whoever can win that gauntlet next week, you better be ready for the fight of your life. Because I'm giving it everything I have to keep this belt in my possession. And if you think you'll be able to beat me that easily, then I got 2 words for you. Get bent!
A massive challenge set up right there for the Prime roster. And when we already have 1 gauntlet for the gold to look forward to on Millennium next week, and now we have this one? Oh, it's gonna be a big week for me, I can already tell you that. I mean, we got gauntlet for the gold on Millennium, we got the Shoot Your Shot finals on Lioness Live, and now we got a 6-man gauntlet for the gold next week? Y'all, are y'all trying to kill me here on commentary? Are y'all trying to kill me here? Nevertheless, we get here tonight with your main event of the evening. Guts versus Kenshin Himura. And, well, this may have big implications for next week if what was just said by Kanji Tatsumi is any indication, because, we're about to get set for quite possibly 2 men who have been here. I say this again. I've said this about a lot of people. We're looking at 2 men who have been here since literally day 1. Both of these men faced off on the same night at ACL Big Bang 10 years ago. And while these 2 have definitely been in the same ring as each other in the past, tonight, I would argue this is one of the first times these 2 have come to blows against each other one-on-one. The Wandering Battousai, both men are former world champions. Both men represented Team ACL famously back at the All-Star Grand Slam 4. And both of these men have been here arguably since the very first day of the company. These 2, however, definitely do, in fact, have a lot of history between each other. But tonight, you have got to wonder, with the implication for what we just heard for next week by Kanji Tatsumi, you've realistically got to wonder, are we about to see these two come to blows in a hard way here tonight in our main event of the evening? And Kenshin Himura has definitely made it clear in the past that he is a hard-hitting champion, but he may be a bit outclassed here tonight as he faces off against someone who famously towers over him and outmasses him in contests. So you've realistically got to wonder what the hell Kenshin is going to do against Guts here tonight in order to even try and get a win tonight. Alright, let's get this gimmick out of the way. This is your main event for ACL Prime 141. It is the Wandering Battousai Kenshin Himura facing off against the Black Swordsman Guts. Let's get it on. Alright, and immediately right there, Guts is taking complete control of this contest, completely manhandling Kenshin. And given the fact that the last time we saw Guts was a few episodes ago, facing off against Kanji Tatsumi in an eliminator match, realistically here, this has got to be something you've got to be thinking is going to be proving a lot to Guts to prove to everyone that he does still have what it takes. But for someone like Kenshin, someone who spent the last couple seasons on the Millennium brand, came back to Prime as a result of a switch mid-last season, and tonight, what is having his first contest here on Prime as a former champion and facing off against a former world champion, and he's establishing quite simply that he is absolutely has not slouched in the ring despite his time on the opposite brand. Famously, he tried to become Millennium Champion back in Season 5. We're netting him a 1 with that one. Coming up short against Midoriya Izuku back then. And even before then, faced off against Tsukasa as World Champion back in Season 4 back in 2019. Realistically here, some would argue even that the best days of the Wandering Battousai are behind him. But I would want to make the statement that for someone like Kenshin Himura, it is hard to really state that someone of his pedigree, because he's not just been around in ACL, he's been around in virtual wrestling period for a very long time. But in regards to someone like Kenshin Himura, I would not argue his best days are behind him. But his peak has definitely come and gone, I would argue, and Guts is making it clear! Going right there for the choke slam backbreaker right there, too! I thought that was going to be the end of it pretty much immediately by Guts. And he's almost as if trying to see if there's still some signs of life right there. And Kenshin saying, yeah, bitch, I've got some life in me. What are you going to do about it? Kenshin wearing down on the legs of the Battousai. Wearing down on the legs of the Swordsman in regards to that one, I should say. Apologies for that one. Regardless, however, wearing down him, just going at it right there as Kenshin continues to prove that, yes, he's still got it. Oh, and a DDT for good measure right there onto Guts. Laying Guts right there into the corner, and the knee lift right there into the corner, and continuing to choke him right down into that corner just like that. Kenshin proving in this moment that he still has got it. Sending Guts to the outside, and Kenshin is practically staring out into the crowd, saying to them, yep, I'm still here, I've still got it. Oh! And the senton right to the outside, right there from the top of the rope. Kenshin throwing, matter into the wind just like that. with what we heard from Kanji Tatsumi beforehand, depending on who wins this match, we could be seeing only one of these two go into that 6-person gauntlet for the gold next week. And realistically, that could mean a lot. And oh god, this could end very quickly. Kenshin might be about to be flung for the end. Demon Slayer laying him down 2. Only a 2 count. Right now, Guts going right back to the well again, realizing that Kenshin is someone who is very hard-hitting and can take a lot of lickings for good measure as well. And he has made that clear in this contest. And wait a minute, out of nowhere with that one, mercy killing right there from the top, right there, 1, 2, barely getting past the 2 count with that one. Now it's not looking good right there. Even Men at this point has only managed to get a 2 count on the other with their finishing move. Kenshin is once again throwing caution to the wind here. He's looking at it right that. And he's just going forward and no! Guts saw it coming. Guts immediately saw that one coming and flung him and went right for the pin again. 1, 2, barely past the 2 count again with that one from Guts. Flinging him over and going right there onto the arm. Guts already realizing that if I'm going to have to beat him down, I'm going to have to pull out everything I can. Once again, going for the choke slam backbreaker and not... No! What on earth are you thinking here, Guts? What on earth are you thinking here? Jesus Christ! Flinging Kenshin around like he was nothing into those ropes. And Guts seemingly calling for it. Wait a minute, no, he's just continuing to wear down onto Kenshin Himura, onto the Battousai. Lariat sending him right back down onto the ropes. And Guts could realistically end this at any time, but he's continuing to make a statement against Kenshin Himura, or even potentially see if he still has some of that trademark ability that he's kept. Oh! God! And the blunt blade strike to the head, and once again setting him up right there. Mercy killing for a second time, and that hesitation may cost Guts 2, 3, no! Only a 2 again, but that was such a close 2.9 right there. Right there by Guts right onto Ken. Right there as Guts kicks out. Kenshin is just thinking to himself, what the hell? What on earth? 2 of them should have taken someone like Guts down. And I was thinking of what the hell he can do now to keep Guts down. And realistically speaking here, Kenshin, if he couldn't get taken down with 2 of those damn things. And oh god, the chops, the strikes between both of these men going at it here. Continuing to trade blow after blow between each other at this point. Continuing to go after each other just like that. Strike after strike between the 2 men in the ring right now. 2 men who know each other deeply and intensely at this point here. And they're just still continuing at this point here. And oh Jesus Christ, they're staring at each other and oh god, wailing in! Punch after punch right into each other's skull just like that! You can see it just took the ever-living daylights out of both of these men. But Guts recovers immediately right into the choke slam. And here we go, no hesitation this time. Calling for Kenshin right there for the Demon Slayer for a second time in the match. Landing him right on his damn neck. And oh god, he has a second one ready to go. He's got another one ready to go, setting him up one more time for a second time in a row. Third of the match for the Demon Slayer. That's it, right? That's it. Guts makes a massive statement of intent tonight with this match. And I would argue that it's a massive statement leading into next week. because that may very well be the man who, if he's in Gauntlet for the gold, may very well win the whole shebang.